Hello guys, Mucho Power here again, and today I'm gonna be talking about Demonology lock because I have been getting a lot of questions actually about Demonology talents, rotation, and everything basically. So today we're gonna get to talk about it. I'm gonna tell you guys what talents, what conduits, what Lego, where to craft your Lego on March 22, and everything about Demolock. There's gonna be two builds for Demolock. This video might take a little bit longer, but you know, let's get to it. So basically, talents for Demolock in PvP. So in PvP, this is always you're gonna pick these talents if you're going for one shot, basically, or not even one shot, because you can play like at the very end demonic consumption. I'm gonna be explaining about gonna be explaining. So let's start with the first Dreadlash. You always gonna pick Dreadlash no matter what. Dreadlash, it makes your Dreadstalkers do a lot of more damage. More cliff damage is really good. So in PvP, I always pick Dreadlash. Second, talent row. We're gonna pick Power Siphon. Why do we wanna pick Power Siphon? This is gonna make us do a lot of damage. The two first charges of Demon Balls gonna do a lot of damage. So because it's gonna get empowered as soon as you cast the Decimating Ball, your Demon Ball's gonna be cranking. So we always gonna pick Power Siphon in this talent. Third option, third talent tree, level 30, Demon Skin. I always pick Demon Skin because if you go Dark Pack, your pet basically takes all the damage, and if your healer, you know, doesn't have like pet frames outside and stuff, it's really hard for him to heal hit your pet, and your pet is gonna take a lot of damage because all the damage splits on your pet when you get hit. So I always pick the Demon Skin. Into RMP, I pick Dark Pack because they usually don't target my pet, and just pick Dark Pack just to have an extra defensive. Even you can still play with Demon Skin, but really good RMPs, they do a lot of swap and stuff, so you have this one extra minute defensive. So just pick Dark Pack into RMP only. The rest always Demon Skin. Level 35 talent. I always pick from the shadows. Soul Strike is kinda useless. It could be good in some scenarios to kill totems and stuff, but you don't need it. So I always pick from the shadows. Battlefiend is just PvE stuff, and Dim already have a lot of like hard time casting a lot of stuff. So just it's gonna be a nightmare for you. Even that it buff your demonic tyrant and stuff. Don't pick this thing. It's just PvE stuff. Level 40. There's two options, but I usually like to do my goes with coil. So I always pick Motor Coil. You can play Howl into some like casters and stuff, but I usually like to do my setup with Coil. Like you can do Coil into Axe Toss or Axe Toss into Coil outside of the Axe Toss. So I always pick this Motor Coil. It's really good for your setup basically, and it heals you too. Level 45. We're gonna pick Inner Demons always demon. You start with imps in case you don't have imps outside. You can like Power Siphon, sacrifice the imp that I always give you. There's always gonna be an imp outside like next to me, for example. There's always like two imps. You can like you know use Power Siphon right away and like do a mini go really quick. So always Inner Demons. And here's the tricky part. Here we pick either Sacrifice Souls for like super one shot stuff, if we're going for the super one shot, Sacrifice Souls, or if you wanna have like an extra go, like you wanna have Decimating Bolts and you wanna have like Tyrant go, you can go Demonic Consumption. This is really depending what comp you're facing, what comp are you playing. It's optional, but usually people are gonna go for the one shot straight up. So that's why I'm talking about this one shot specifically right now. So this is all the talents for PvP. Now the PvP talents, you always basically you're gonna pick Caulfield Hunter because you need this counter spell in order to like stop like polys, interrupt heals and everything. I always pick this talent no matter what. Same with this one, Master Summoner. You always wanna summon your Dreadstalkers instant cast. They're your dogs. Your Dreadstalkers always pick this talent no matter what. This is like these two are 100% mandatory. Now, this is a tricky part here. So you either pick Fell Obelisk to cast super fast, or you can play Nether Ward. One of the two. It's optional, it's up to you. I play with both. It just defensive depending what I'm facing. So yeah, into like double caster. Sometimes I pick Nether Ward. Sometimes I'm very greedy. I just take with a fellow over this because I'm not scared of them because Demo's kind of tanky. So that's all about it for the PvP talents. Now let's talk about conduits really quick. Conduits, you're always gonna pick the first follower, which is Plague Divisor. Always, no matter what, you play this follower. You have the Fleshcraft that heals you more with immunity, whatever. You get the Kevin, which is like give you 6% damage, which is really good. You have the extra healing here when you go below 50% HP, so you always go like this, basically, always. So about conduits, you always gonna go Born of the Blood. Why do you pick this? So every time you Hand of Gul'dan, you can keep generating demonic cores. That makes you like less casting and have like an RNG proc to get Hand of Gul'dan, which means like demonic core. So that means like more burst go basically, and you don't have to cast that much. Here you play Resolute Barrier, so you have like a short wall, because if you get hit a lot, you're gonna get your wall often, so you don't have to deal with dying. You're just trying to be tanky. Our Demon's already tanky enough. Okay, this conduit, this depends. You either gonna pick Carnivorous Stalkers, or you can play Fatal Decimation. Me personally, I like to play with this because it has a low percentage chance to cast a trigger another Dread Bite. But if it triggers the Dread Bite while you're setting up your burst, you can instead of casting your dogs, you can cast more Hand of Gul'dans, and then you can just crank the DPS basically. You can just crank if it with the decimating bow, which I'm gonna be showing you guys the burst in a second. So I usually pick this. Keep in mind, if the bites trigger where you're the healer, let's say you're playing Mage Lock and the healer is like next to it, let's say by any chance the healer got poly and the bites do the trigger Dread Bite there when the healer is poly. If he's next to it, it's gonna break the poly because I don't know, just AoE clip basically, and he's gonna break the poly. So you just have to be careful with it when you throw your dogs. Sometimes they're already out and you cannot control them, and they already throw the Dread Bite and stuff because he procs. But that's the only downside about it, that it breaks CC if it triggers and the healer's next to it while Repentance or Poly or whatever. So that's the only bad part about it. Here you can play Condensed Animal Sphere, or you can play Shade of Terror to not break if you're playing with to don't break your features that easy. You don't cast that much, you don't have dodge or anything, but it can help. Because I know this conduit got really nerfed, but it still helps you with the healing. Makes you more healing, more tanky. It doesn't matter, you can still pick this conduit. I usually like it because as Demonology, I don't move too much. I'm always like casting. Here, so Fall Commando is 100% mandatory for your damage. Yeah, on top of that, your pet takes less damage and your pet's gonna do 15% more damage. Basically, it's always mandatory. Always Fall Commando. I like to play with Felguard. I don't play with Succubus. You can play with Succubus, but I like to play with Felguard. Here, always. This is the most important talent. In case you face a team that kills your pet often, you're gonna play Fel Celerity, which is reduce the cooldown of your Fel Domination by 81 seconds, empowered. That makes it 1.6 mana cooldown city. Is really strong because Demo without pet, you're just gonna die and it's a nightmare. But besides that, this is the conduits that you need to play all the time. So now, Lego. Okay, the Lego, you make sure you have to be Necrolord Covenant. That's 100% for this fucking for playing Demo or Destro. Be Necrolord. The legendary, basically, I don't have, like I said before, I'm Revere already with the new zone, but you cannot craft the Lego yet because everything is time gated. So, but basically as Demo, you're gonna craft the Covenant Lego in your boots, and then for the other one-shot Lego, which is gonna be the wrist, you're gonna craft them in the wrist. You always because the other option is to craft on the hands, but in the hands, if you're running 4-set, it's gonna fuck up. You don't wanna mess with the 4-set. But yeah, it's gonna be on the wrist. Now the only downside about it is that you won't have like a super high ring basically. Maybe you can do some Mythic Plus and get a RNG and get it from the two to dungeons that drop like a ring, and you should be Gucci. But besides that, everything else should be haste burst, and you know, that's why the stat seems kind of low with versatility and stuff, but it should be okay as soon as we craft the belt. In life, I already have a Warlock with 3 tier sets. You know, I'm trying to get the 4 tier set so I can play arenas with it and see how that malicious imp works, because I don't know yet if I'm gonna be playing with 4 set on Demonology, but 2 set, I know it's 100% guarantee. If it's 2 set, what items are you trying to look for? What you're trying to play with is gonna be the helmet, and it's gonna be the chest. Why is that? Because you're sacrificing a little. Crit for demo is useless basically in PvP. Shoulders give you haste burst, but I like to have more haste as demo so I can like cast more, and haste is always good on log. And pants, if I put the tier set pants, which is right here, they're like crit burst. Crit burst, like I said before, is useless. You don't need that. So let's say I play with 2 set, you're gonna be playing helmet and chest. Mastery is good for demo look. It give you mastery, give your pet damage, your demons do more damage basically, so that's good. So you're gonna play, you're gonna have a little bit of mastery for more damage. So that's in case you play 2 set. But right now I'm testing 4 set. I haven't done arenas. I need to see how much damage this malicious imp do inside of arena in a long game or everything. That's why I cannot tell you guys right away about it. But this is how it's gonna look like if you play 4 set. You're gonna be playing gloves, chest, shoulders, and helmet. No pants. Pants are basically the most useless thing, because at least gloves give you haste. Even that crit is useless, it give you haste regardless. Pants doesn't give you anything. But in life, if you get anything from the bolt, you're just trying to get your set, right? This is for like full set future, when you're fully geared. What are you trying to aim for? So this is the setting, everything. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the rotation right now. So how this Lego works, you're gonna cast like 4 shadow balls. Why 4 shadow balls? In order to get the buff that increases your damage of demon ball by 60%. And every time you cast a shadow bolt, it refreshes the duration, so always you're gonna be casting shadow bolts and summoning pets like crazy. Make sure you can have like a Wicaras or a Tell Me When that tracks your buff, so you're always gonna be, every time it refreshes the buff, your buff doesn't go down. You just keep casting shadow bolts. I'm going in here to build my damage. Demon bolts, that should be kinda like enough. I'm gonna like Demonic Tyrant in a second here. Hand of Gul'dan. Okay. Not letting my buff fell. I'm going to do damage right here. 1, 2, 3. Why is it doing so low damage? You probably guys are wondering. Well, Decimating Ball does damage based on the target HP. So that's why you're not seeing like anything crazy like super high. Why is that? Because if the target is around like 15%, 20%, your Decimating Balls are gonna fucking crank the guy. You're gonna do like insane amount of damage. I didn't do that much damage here, but Malicious Imp seems like doing like little damage, basically like 2.8 of my damage right there. So that's why I cannot tell you guys yet how does it feel to play arenas with Malicious Imp. That's why so far I will say 2 set is mandatory. 4 set, I don't think so yet. We'll see. I will let you guys know later in the future. But this is basically the rotation. Casting Hand of Gul'dan it keeps giving me procs from Demonic Core, which is really good. That makes me like, there's a totem, there's something that you need to kill ASAP. You can just like cast demon balls on it basically and kill it. So let's do some damage here in a second. Building imps, one more go. Building everything. Always keep your stacks at 4. Hand of Gul'dan. Shadow Ball, another Hand of Gul'dan there. Shadow Ball. Here's when we go do the damage here in a second here. Tyrant. Hand of Gul'dan. Hand of Gul'dan. Shadow Ball to refresh the duration. Power Siphon. Demon Bolt. Demon Bolt. Demon Bolt. It's decent enough to one-shot somebody, even that But with the Demo, you can target like totems, you can target enemy pets, you can, if you're facing another Demonology, make sure you hit his imp and kill it with Demo, so that way you're gonna be able to one-shot the guy. That's the tricky part about it. A lot of people don't know that. So yeah, that's all about it for Demo, guys. There's not much to it. You know, make sure you craft your Lego in the boots with the Covenant when it comes out on March 22. And the other Lego for the one shot is gonna be on the wrist. You know, make sure you guys follow me on Twitch. It's gonna be Mucho Power TV on Twitch. Make sure you guys follow. I'm gonna leave a link on the description, and you guys can ask me any questions about Demo, Athlete, Destro. I'm gonna be making guides for you guys about rotation, everything. I'm always, you know, free and here to help you guys improve and everything. So see you guys next time. Peace.